Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome you to Estes Field here on the campus of Central Methodist University, where today the Central Methodist baseball team takes on Peru State Conference Series opener. Central Methodist 10-8. Peru State is 3-5. Central Methodist this past Monday won a couple of games here as well. They defeated Columbia College 7-1. Their victory, and then this past also Monday night defeated William Woods 3-0 on a one-hitter by Marcus Pritchard. Peru State, they have not played since February 19th, which was about 3 weeks ago or so. They took on Oklahoma Panhandle State down in Oklahoma. They won the first game 9-7, but lost the second game 6-5 there as well. Of course, hitting-wise, you look at Central Methodist, their leading hitter is Tanner Sears, 405 average, 2 homers, 16 RBI. For Peru State, that's Avant Medina, who is hitting at 322 homers and 5 RBIs. Pitching-wise, Allen West, 3-1, 2.90 ERA, 6 walks and 39 strikeouts there. And then Garrett Pavlovich, 0-0, ERA is 0 walks and 5 strikeouts as well. Sports-wise going up on there as well. Of course, softball, they're scheduled to play 2, and I think they are going to get a couple of games in. The only difference was it was originally supposed to be played at Westminster, but they've moved it to Rockbridge High School in Columbia. So I'm sure a lot of the softball parents and fans are making the trip to Columbia as well. Of course, tomorrow, the Central Methodist baseball, they will play a doubleheader tomorrow against Peru State at 1 o'clock. Also, the Central Methodist women's basketball team, they're in the Sweet 16 of the NAI women's basketball tournament. They'll be taking on Texas Wesleyan starting at 1 p.m. And if they win that one, they'll play Wednesday at 11 against either Marion or Westmont there as well. Starting lineups, pregame prayer, and national anthem. We're about ready to get started here at Central Methodist University. Quentin Norris and the Catbirds see. Let's go ahead and set the defense for you. Sponsored by Commercial Trust Bank. Khalil Thrasher is in left field. Bobby Nichols in center. Alan West in right. Joseph Weatherford at third. Shortstop Robbie Merced. Second baseman Tommy Giarola. First baseman Joseph Conforte. Jeremy Conforte. Catcher is Logan Duty. And there's Sebastian Escobar from Monterrey, Colombia. 3-1, 2.30 ERA. 5 walks, 25 strikeouts. We'll give you the starting lineups for Peru State there. That is Jacob Aberg is at second. First base, shortstop Jose Vasquez. And right in center field, that's Will Reynolds. At third base there, Yovande Garcia. At first base there, Wes Bradford. Down and doing the catching there is Ethan Torres. And doing the DHing, Angel Andreas. Down in right field there, Gustavo Rivera. And today's starting pitcher, Ivan Medina. Today's starting pitcher is Wakanda Gutierrez. Yes, please. Yes, please. That'd be fine. Yes, please. So here is Jacob Aberg. We're ready to get started. And your first pitch. Strike call. No balls and one strike. Coming at 12:57 p.m. Temperature around 44 degrees. Time and temperature sponsored by the parking spot. Easy to spot and easy to park. The 0-1 pitch. Swings and misses. Strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes. Peru State looks like their light blue uniform, blue trim with the blue numerals, and of course the baseball has look like the Philadelphia Phillies. Here's a ground ball to Giarola. Throws over the first for out number 1. Here's Yoquay Vasquez up the bat. Aberg was hitting .217 with no homers and an RBI. First pitch from Escobar. Fouls it off. Strike 1. No balls and 1 strike. Vasquez a .214 hitter. No homers, 2 RBIs. 0-1 to count. 0-1 pitch. Fouls it off. Strike 2. Oh, 0-2 to count. Just underway. 0-2 pitch. That's up high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes, the 1-2. Nice stop by Logan Duty, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. One and 2 to count. Here's your 1-2 pitch. Swings and misses, strike 3, call till 2 quick outs now for Will Reynolds from Bakersfield, California, hitting .194, 1 homer, 1 RBI. He's a left-handed hitter. 2 quick outs. The 0-1 first pitch is a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. One ball, no strikes. The 1-0. Swings and misses. Strike 1. That was a beauty on the curve. One pitch. 1-1 is outside. Ball 1. 1-1 to count. 2-1, that is. 2 balls and 1 strike with 2 outs in the first inning, and they fouls it to the screen there. 2-2 to count. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2-2 pitch. Ooh, outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Three and 2 the count. The 3-2 pitch. Strike 3 call. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left. We head to the bottom of the first. No score. And we'll go ahead and set the defense for you for Peru State. Sponsored by Commercial Trust Bank. It is Yvonne Medina in left field. Will Reynolds in center field. In right field, Gustavo Rivera. Down at third base there, Giovanni Garcia. Shortstop, Yovez Vasquez. Second baseman, Jacob Aberg. First baseman, that's Wes Bradford. Behind the plate is Ifan Torres. And today's starting pitcher is Joaquina Gutierrez from San Domingo, Dominican Republic. And we'll, of course, give you today's starting lineups for Central Methodist. Leading off playing center field, Bobby Nichols. Shortstop, Robbie Merced. At third, batting third is Jeremy Conforte. Tanner Sears is the DH. Khalil Frasher's in left. Alan West is in right. Tommy Girola at second base. Joseph Weatherford is at third. And Logan Duty is behind the plate there as well. Bottom of the first inning. Central Methodist coming in under head coach Nate Brillen, coaching the third base coach's box. In the first base coach's box is Rob Ehlers. I like what they did. They had the catcher shake hands with the umpire, the home plate umpire. That's Nestor Shylock. Behind the play and out in the field, that's Doug Harvey. Doug. Looks like we're about ready to get started. I think he'll have one more coming up there. First of 2. First of a 4-game series. They'll have 2 more tomorrow. And then after that, then they play 4 more on Friday, Saturday against Mid-American Nazarene. That should be a fun series down in Olathe, Kansas. Here's Bobby Nichols, 364 average, no homers, 7 RBIs from Detroit, Michigan. Of course, favorite television show that ever took place was Home Improvement from 1991 to 1999. First pitch coming up there in the bottom of the first inning, no score. Here it comes. That's inside, ball 1. Of course, in the last 2 games against William Woods and Columbia this past Monday, Bobby Nichols played some second base. Basically, talking with Jordan at the women's basketball game there, basically just trying to get some runs scored. 2-0 the count on Bobby Nichols. He is a junior. 2-0 pitch to him. That's missed. 3-0 the count. 3 balls and no strikes on Bobby Nichols. 3-0 the count. 3-0 pitch. Takes it all the way for a strike. 3 balls and 1 strike. 3-1 to count. 3-1 pitch. That's ball 4 there. Take your base. And now Robbie Merced up there. 344 average, a homer and 10 RBIs. Of course, his dad, Orlando, played for the Pittsburgh Pirates, along with the Chicago Cubs and the Montreal Expos. Of course, his mom is Shannon. Of course, I'm sure she is listening in. I'm sure is looking forward to seeing Robbie there in a few weeks. I think Easter weekend when Central Methodist plays Evangel. Fouls that, strike 1 there. If you look at the standings in this conference there, 0-1 to count. That's heading into the Saturday games there. Baker's on top 1-0. They will play, host the Baker. Oh, that's a fake throw. That should be a balk. It is a balk. Yep. Something like if the pitcher doesn't go to a set, or like in this case, I think the pitcher was getting ready to throw it home, but he forgot to release it, or there's so many different. Good, it most likely is, yeah. Yeah. You don't see it very often. That's a. And now time call there. Trying to check on something there. So Nichols at second. Looks like changing some cleats there. Well, we'll pause there. I'm sure. We'll pause. He may get a couple of warm-up pitches there as well. Of course, 1-0 in the conference. Second tie for second. Vangel and Missouri Valley both 1-1. Vangel 16-4. Missouri Valley 5-9. And then everybody else is 0-0. Central Methodist 10-8. Park 6-7. Mid-American Nazarene 7-10. Benedictine 5-11. And then, of course, in the north, you got Mount Mercy and Graceland, both 1-1. Mount Mercy 9-7. Graceland 7-2. Grandview, William Penn, Clark, and Peru State all have not played yet. I'm sure they probably played some either yesterday or they're going to play some today. Grandview's 12-1. William Penn 12-3. Clark 7-6. Peru State 3-5. Culver Stockton's 0-1. And so they're 4-11 there. And I think that one was against Baker. And I believe they played it on a Friday. This past Friday. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go right ahead. That's perfect. That's perfect. Yeah, that would be perfect. That's perfect. Perfect. That would be. No balls and a strike. Yeah, go ahead. 0-1 to count. Robbie Merced. Nichols is the second. Another balk is called.
That's crazy. The second one in a row?
Yeah. Something I don't see very often. 2 balks in 2 consecutive plays. It's still 0-1 with Nichols at third. Here's the pitch. It's a little chopper. That is foul. Nice kick save there by Nate Breland. Wonder if Nate Breland took any time off, watched some NHL hockey between Detroit and Boston and Philadelphia and Pittsburgh. 0-2 to count. 0-2 pitch. Lines a shot in the left field. That's a base hit. Bobby Nichols will score. And it's a 1-0 lead for Central Methodist. Here's Jeremy Conforti, 368 hours, a homer and 13 RBIs from Villa Park, Illinois. So Merced's at first. First pitch. That's inside, ball one. I believe that's another balk. Okay, so no balls been recorded. So 3 balks in an inning. And I tell you, in all the years I've watched baseball, mostly in the majors, I think that's the first time I have ever seen 3 balks in one inning. The pitch to him. That's a strike. No balls and 1 strike with Tanner Sears on deck. 0-1 to count, and Robbie Merced's at second. Still nobody out. 1-0 Central Methodist. Getting the sign from the catcher. 0-1 pitch. That's a foul ball. Strike 2. No balls and no balls, 2 strikes. 0-2 the count. Here's the 0-2. That's outside, ball 1. 1-2 the count. Let's see. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One and 2 the count. Here's your 1-2. Fouls it off. Still 1-2. I think that's 1-2 the count on Jeremy Conforti. Merced's at second. I think so, a single, and then went to second on the balk. 1-2 pitch. Strike 3 call on the curveball. So 1 out now for Tanner Sears, the team's leading hitter. 405 average, 2 homers, 16 RBIs there. Of course, his mom is Connie. I want to thank her mom for taking some pictures of me throwing out the ceremonial pitch. Robbie Merced's at second. Here's the first pitch to him. That's a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 to count on Tanner Sears. Khalil Thrasher's on deck. Merced takes the lead at second. 1 out in the bottom of the first. Here's the pitch to him. That's a bit inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Two balls and no strikes. 2-0 the count to Tanner Sears. 2-0 pitch. It's a cue shot up the middle. That's a base hit. Merced rounding third. He will score 2-0 Central Methodist. Here's Khalil Thrasher from Eudora, Kansas. 348 hours, 2 homers, 11 RBIs there. hit home run number 2 there, I believe. I think I was against William Woods. First pitch to him. Cues the shot. There's a base hit there. Sears is rounding first. He'll stop at third, and now the runners are at first and third there. And so far, 3 hits for Central Methodist as Alan West up there. 351 hitter, 2 homers, 6 RBIs from Louisville, Texas. First and third, 1 out. And the pitch to him. Oh, ball 1 there. One ball, no strikes to Alan West. At third base is Tanner Sears. At first base, Khalil Thrasher, the 1-0. Cue shot, right past the first baseman. Sears will score easily, and it's 3-0 Central Methodist. Here's Thomas Girola, 263 hitter, no homers, 1 RBI. First time he's played in a few weeks, I think. Of course, talking with Jordan Schwellenbach at the women's basketball game on Tuesday night. Of course, he had some hamstring problems there. So he is from Torino, Italy. And most people, first time you remember that town was from the Bugs Bunny cartoon featuring Sylvester the Cat and the Tweety Bird. First pitch. That's a ball. 1 ball, no strikes on Tommy Girola. Want to know the count there. Joseph Weatherford is on deck. First and second, 1 out, the 1-0. Just missed. 2 balls and no strikes. Two and 0 the count on Tommy Girola. 2-0 is the count. Here's your 2-0 pitch. Missed. 3-0 the count. Central Methodist softball should be getting started. Again on Westminster down at Rockbridge High School. Softball is 9-5. Of course, talking with Caitlin Streeter, there's a good chance they may play some games up ahead, but we'll just keep you up to date. Strike, 3-1 now. Of course, it's going to be interesting if they're going to be at home or away, but to keep you up to date, just follow along at cmvoeagles.com or the Heart America Conference Network. Three balls and a strike. 3-1 pitch. Swings and misses. 3 balls and 2 strikes. I know the first home game for softball is not until April 1st. But it could be this week. But we'll just wait and see. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Tommy Girola. Here's your 3-2. Lines a base hit there. Thrasher will stop at third. And now the base is full of Eagles. Here's Joseph Weatherford from Flower Mound, Texas. He's a 259 hitter, 2 homers, 11 RBI. So maybe a pitching change coming up there. That's Garrett Pavlovich from Bakersville, California. Is the new pitcher there. Or his team is their new pitcher, 0-0, ERA at 0 with no walks, 5 strikeouts. So a third of an inning for Wakanda Gutierrez. So now the base is loaded for Eagles for Joseph Weatherford.
Might see another home run like we did last week.
Okay, that's fine with me. 3-0's our score, bottom of the first inning. So a third of an inning there for Wakanda Gutierrez. First pitch. Fly ball hit well. Center fielder makes the catch, tagging up. It's Thrasher to make it 4-0 now. On a sac fly there. And hit at the third is Allen West. 4-0 Central Methodist. Here's Logan Dewey, 300 hitter from Slidell, Louisiana. Also came from Lyon College in Batesville, Arkansas, who is going to Division III this coming year. He is the 9th man to bat. 2 outs. First and third now in the pitch. Oh, that hit him. And now Bobby Nichols up there. He drew a walk his first time. And it's Terry Tolliver Jr. Is the courtesy runner from Baton Rouge. So bases loaded, the 10th man to bat. First pitch. Strike. No balls and 1 strike. 1-1 to count. 4-0 Central Methodist. Oh, 1 now. Outside, 1-1 now. One ball, 1 strike. Bobby Nichols. Let's see. 1-1 to count. 1-1 pitch. Cues a shot into center field. That's a base hit there. 1 run will score. 2nd run will score. And it's 6-0 now. 6-0. There's Robbie Merced. Single drove a run his first time. The 11th man to bat this inning. With 2 outs now. First pitch. That's a strike. No balls and 1 strike. 6-0 now. 6 hits already. They throw over there. Check on Bobby Nichols. Terry Tolliver Jr. is at third. First and third. 0-1 pitch. Now they throw over there. Still 0-1 to count there. On 1 to count on Robbie Merced. He has an RBI. They throw back over there. No balls, 1 strike. Oh, 1 now. There goes Nichols. Fouls it off. 0-2 now. You wonder if they may put the double steal in. That's especially with 2 outs and 2 strikes. No balls and 2 strikes on Robbie Merced. They throw back over there. No balls, 2 strikes. 0-2. That's outside, ball 1. 1-2 to count. One ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 pitch. Now Nichols takes second there. And it's 2-2 to count. 2-2 to count. Two pitch. Cues it over the glove there. And that will score Tolliver Jr. Nichols. And there's C. Merced. That'll be I would say that'll be a single. 2 RBIs. Went to second on the throw there. 8-0 now. And here's Joseph Conforte. Jeremy Conforte struck out his first time up. 8-0 now. Still in the bottom of the first inning. And the pitch. That's outside, ball 1. The 12th man to bat. One ball, no strikes to 1-0. Lines it right to the third baseman. So 8 runs on 7 hits, no errors, and they leave 1. We head to the second inning. 8-0 Central Methodist on CMUEagles.com. Okay, I think that's... Five, 6, 7. Yeah, there we go. That's what I thought. Oh, sure. Perfect. 8 runs, 7 hits, no errors for Central Methodist. No runs, no hits, no errors for Peru State. As Giovanni Garcia up there. 308 hitter, no homers, 4 RBIs from San Diego, Dominican Republic. Top of the second inning. First pitch. Fouls that one off. Strike one. 0-1 to count. The 0-1 now. Lines it. Oh, what a play by Joseph Weatherford. As the great Mel Allen would say on This Week at Baseball, how about that? So 1 out now. Here's Wes Bradford, 208 hitter, no homers, 4 RBIs from Bakersville, California. First pitch to him. That's up high. 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 to count. The 1-0 pitch. That's a strike. 1-1 to count. First of 2. Between Central Methodist and Peru State. The 1-1, that's outside. 2-1 now. Thanks a lot. West Bradford. 2-1 pitch to him. That's up high. 3-1 now. On deck, Efrain Torres. 3-1 to count. Swings and misses. 3-2 now. Clouds are breaking up. Sunshine coming out here. Got some Dodger blue skies out in the outfield. Now the first base runner of the game for Peru State is a walk. Here's Efrain Torres, 286 hitter, no homers, and an RBI from Puerto Rico. Escobar just needs to settle down. First pitch. That's a strike. No balls and 1 strike. On 1 to count. 0-1 pitch. That's up inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Central Methodist has won 2 in a row. Trying to go for 3, as Lou Brown would say on Major League. That would be called a winning streak. Fouls it off. 1 ball, 2 strikes. They'll play 2 more there. Tomorrow, game time, 1 o'clock, and then they'll have a 4-gamer starting on Friday down in Olathe, Kansas. And then starting at 1, and then Saturday's game will also be at 1 o'clock. The 1-2. Oh, that's a good curveball. Strike 3 called. Yes, indeed. That was a beautiful pitch. Good job by Logan Duty framing the pitch.
Shout out Logan Duty.
Mm-hmm. Here is Angel Andreas. 286 hitter, no homers, 3 RBIs. First pitch. That's a strike call. No balls and a strike. Gustavo Rivera is on deck. Bradford at first with 2 outs. The 0-1. And he fouls this one off. Strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes. Escobar checks that runner. The 0-2. Strike 3 call. Another one. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left. We head to the bottom of the second. Central Methodist 8. Peru State nothing on the Hard America Conference Network and CMUEagles.com. 8 runs, 7 hits, no errors for Central Methodist. No runs, no hits, and no errors for Peru State. As Tanner Sears up there. He singled his first time up. Drove in a run his first time up from Higginsville. Of course, their boys basketball team I want to give a shout out to. Made it to the state Final Four. I believe in Class 3. This past weekend. First pitch to him. That's a strike. No balls and 1 strike. Also, congratulations to the Salisbury's boys basketball team winning the Class 2 state title. 46-32 over Presempia. The 0-1 now. Lines a shot. That is foul. Also to the Tipton girls basketball team winning Class 2 state title. 55-36 victory over St. Joe LeBlond. No balls and 2 strikes. 0-2 pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I think the Glasgow boys went to the state as well. I think got 4th in Class 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 pitch. That's outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes on Tanner Sears. Bottom of the second inning, 8-0 Central Methodist. 12 men went to plate. Went to bat. It's a ground ball foul. Two and two the count. Two and two to count on Tanner Sears. 2-2 pitch. Cues it foul. Still 2 and 2. Two balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 pitch. Fouls that one off. Still 2 and 2. No one out so far. Khalil Thrasher on deck. Two pitch. It's a high fly ball. Hit well. Right fielder calls for it. And he makes the catch for out number 1. Here's Khalil Thrasher. He singled his first time up. First pitch. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Alan West is on deck. The 1-0. Lines it. That's a fair ball down the right field line. Thrasher's rounding first. He is thinking 2. The throw will be cut off there. It's a double. So 8 hits now for Central Methodist. For Alan West, he singled and drove in a run his first time up. Yes. I'm sorry. Oh, it's... Here, Thrasher's at second with 1 out. First pitch to West. Just missed. 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 the count. Time called. Two and 0 to count. Two balls and no strikes. Thrasher second. That's missed. 3 and 0. Three and 0 to count on Allen West. Rio takes it all the way. 3 and 1 now. Three and 1 to count. 3-1. That's ball 4. So a 1-out walk. Here's Tommy Giarola. He singled his first time up. So Braylon wants to talk it over with Thrasher. Looking like as Terry Tolliver Jr. is the courtesy runner. Ain't nothing Central Methodist. Tolliver Jr. is at second. Allen West is at first. Tommy Giarola. Checks the runners. That is a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Giarola singled his first time up. One ball, no strikes. The 1-0. Hits a high pop foul. That is a count of 1-1. Joseph Weatherford is on deck. One and 1 to count. First and second. Ain't nothing Central Methodist. The 1-1. Oh, that hit him. Second time we have seen the Central Methodist player get hit by a pitch. Yes, it is. The bases are loaded full of Eagles for Joseph Weatherford. His sac fly, his first time up. Weatherford with 12 RBIs on the year. Bases loaded. First pitch. Fouls it to the screen. Strike 1. That's Logan Duty on deck. The 0-1 now. Fouls it off. Still strike 2. 4-2. Said it. 2-2. Okay. Oh, 2 the count. On Joseph Weatherford. 0-2 pitch. Lines a shot into the gap. That is up against there. Base hit. That's Tolliver Jr. will score. And it's Allen West will score. It's a double, so it's 10-0 now. Here's Logan Duty. He was hit by a pitch his first time up. Second and third, still one out. First pitch, fouls it to the screen, strike one. Looks like Bobby Nichols out on deck. Eight runs at the first, now two more in the second. The 0-1. Just missed. 1-1. 1-1 to count. One pitch. Just missed. 2-1. Still one out. Two balls and a strike on Logan Duty. 2-1 pitch. I think he did go. Yes, strike two. 2-2 to count. Two and two to count. Something. 2-2 to count on Logan Duty. At third base is Giroy. Weatherford's at second. 3 RBIs already for Joseph Weatherford. Here's the pitch. Cue shot foul. Still 2-2. Two balls, two strikes. 2-2 pitch. It's a ground ball to the shortstop. His only play is the first. They do get him. And a run will score there. So make it 11-0 now. There's Bobby Nichols, 1 for 1, single and 2 RBIs there. I think we got it. Weatherford at third. That's a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Want to know the count. Robbie Merced on deck. Here's the pitch. Strike, they throw it. They got him hung up. And they get the force out. So 3 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and they leave nobody. We head to the top of the third. 11-0 Central Methodist. On CMUEagles.com and the Heartbreaker Conference Network. Oh, what's that? Oh, yeah. That's okay. Thank you. That's okay. Oh. There we go. Oh, thanks. Oh, thanks. 11 runs, 9 hits, no errors for Central Methodist. No runs, no hits, and no errors. Here's Randy Jimenez. 286 hitter, no homers, 3 RBI. First pitch to him. Swings and misses, strike one. No balls and 1 strike. The 0-1. Fouls it off. Strike 2. 2 quick strikes there. Here's the 0-2. 1-2 now. One ball, 2 strikes. Your 1-2 pitch. That's a foul ball. One, 2 to count. 1-2 pitch. Fouls that one off. Still 1-2. It hit the pole there. One and two to count. Randy Jimenez. 1-2 pitch. 2-2. Ivan Medina on deck. 2-2 pitch. It's a ground ball to Waterford. Throws over to Jeremy Conforte for out number 1. Here's Ivan Medina, the team's leading hitter, 320 here. No home, 2 homers, 5 RBIs. He is from Venezuela. First pitch to him. Swings and misses. Strike 1. On 1 to count. The 0-1. That's outside, 1-1. Jacob Aberg on deck. 1-1 pitch. That's a strike. 1-2. 1-2 the count on Ivan Medina. 1-2 pitch. Strike 3 call. So 2 quick outs now. 4 in a row retired. And here's number 9, Jacob Aberg. He grounded out to Tommy Giarola. First pitch to him. That's missed inside, 1-0 to count. Jesus Vasquez is on deck. That's a strike, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, the 1-1. Hits the ground ball to Giarola, knocks it down. Throw to first. That'll be an infield hit all the way. That was a good effort there by Tommy Giarola, keeping the ball from going to the outfield. And that's a base hit all the way. Here's Josquez Vasquez. He struck out his first time up. Pitch to him. There's a high pop-up. I think Weatherford or Giarola. Weatherford makes the catch for the 3rd out. So no runs on just 1 hit. No errors, one left. We head to the bottom of the third. Central Methodist 11, Peru State nothing. Here on the Heartbreaker Conference Network and CMUEagles.com. One hit. Let me think. So Bobby Nichols was at bat when Joseph Weatherford was thrown out. First pitch to him. That's a strike. No balls and one strike. 11 runs, 9 hits, no errors for Central Methodist, no runs, a hit, and no errors for Peru State. The 0-1 to Bobby Nichols. Hits a little chopper, that's foul. Strike 2. We don't have a score yet on the Central Methodist Westminster softball game down at Rockbridge High School. Oh, 58-48 Alabama leading Texas A&M. Wow. Yep, SEC championship game, and then less than 3 hours, it's the selection show for the NCAA men's basketball tournament. No balls and 2 strikes. Nichols 1 for 1 with 2 RBIs and a single. 0-2. It's a little chopper to the third. Underneath that glove there, that'll be an error all the way. No question about it. I think Tim Crowley will agree with me. Here's Robbie Merced, 2 for 2. With 2 singles and 3 RBIs on the day. First pitch. That's a strike. No balls and a strike. Oh, and 1 to count. The 0-1 now. To Merced, it's a fly ball to right field. Right fielder gives chase, but that is a foul ball. And it's 0-2 to count. Oh, 2 the count. Bobby Nichols is at first on the error. 0-2 pitch. Fouls it to the screen. Jeremy Conforti is on deck. Here's the pitch. Lines that one fouled. No balls, 2 strikes. Nichols at first with nobody out. Outside 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bottom of the 3rd inning. 11-0 Central Methodist. 8 in the first, 3 in the second. Still foul balls. Oh, and 2 the count. Here's the pitch. It's a little nubber to the third baseman. His only play is the first. They get away from him. Nichols will head over to third. That would be another error right there. No question about it. So 2 errors already. Here's Jeremy Weatherford. There's Jeremy Conforti. They're going to give him a base hit there. So now 1st and 3rd now. Here's Conforti, 0 for 2 on the day. 10 hits already for Central Methodist. That's a strike on the outside corner. 0-1 to count. No balls and 1 strike. At third base is Bobby Nichols. Robbie Merced at first on the infield hit. Swings and misses. Strike 2. Oh, 2 pitch. Lines a shot to left. Left fielder makes the catch. Nichols is tagging up. The throw, I think it's close, but not in time. So a sac fly there. And it's 12-0 now. Here's Tanner Sears, 1 for 2 with a single and an RBI. So 12-0 now in the bottom of the 3rd. First pitch. That's a foul ball, strike 1. The 0-1 now. It's a fly ball. That may go out of play. Hit toward the Peru State bullpen. And it's no balls and 2 strikes. Oh, and 2 the count. Runner at first and 1 out. Fouls it off. Still no balls and 2 strikes. Khalil Thrasher on deck. Oh, actually, that's Terry Tolliver Jr. Oh, and 2 the count. Here's the pitch. It's the fly ball. I think the right fielder calls for it. And there's 2 outs there. Merced thought about going to second, but he'll go back to first for 2 outs for Terry Tolliver Jr. Sure, he got to meet his family last weekend. 267 average, no homers, 1 RBI from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Of course, got to meet his mom and dad there in between games between Olivet Nazarene and St. Xavier last Sunday. First pitch to him. Swings and misses, strike 1. 12-0 Central Methodist. The 0-1 fouls that one off. Still strike two. No balls and 2 strikes on Terry Tolliver Jr. Here's the 0-2. Strike 3 call. So no 1 run on just 2 hit. 1 run on 1 hit, 2 errors, and they leave 1. We head to the 4th inning. Central Methodist 12. Peru State nothing on the Higher America Conference Network and CMUEagles.com. There we go. Top of the 4th. Twelve runs, 10 hits, no errors for Central Methodist. No runs, a hit, and 2 errors. As Will Reynolds up there, he struck out his first time up. First pitch to him. Hits a cue shot to Weatherford. Throws over to Jeremy Conforte. 1 pitch, 1 out. Here's Giovanni Garcia. He lined out to Joseph Weatherford at third. Made a spectacular play. No, you could just. There's not much spill there. Didn't. I had the lid on. Yeah. Nah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. We got the 1-0. Lines a cue shot. That's a base hit. Second hit of the game for Peru State. That's. There's Wes Bradford. He drew a walk his first time. That's a. No, this would help. Now that. Look at it. Garcia first. Strike on the outside corner. Good job of framing by Logan Duty. Looks like activity in the Central Methodist bullpen just really getting loosened up. That's outside, 1-1 to count. No, I got it. 1-1 to count. On West Bradford. Infield normal death. Oh, that's a beauty on the outside corner. Strike 2. 1-2 to count there. Good job of framing that one by Logan Duty. So Terry Tolliver Jr. takes over for Khalil Thrasher in left. Here's the 1-2. Misses that one. 2-2. Central Methodist got 8 runs already in the first, 3 in the second, 1 in the third. 3 RBIs so far by Joseph Weatherford and Robbie Merced. Here's the pitch. Cue shot. That's headed toward the parking lot. And it's still 2-2. Oh, that's another foul ball. Still, that's hitting. Conference opener for both teams. 2-2 to count on West Bradford. They throw it back over there. Excuse me. That's fine. Here's the pitch. Oh, nice stop by Duty. Keeping a runner where it is. So 3-2 to count. Three balls and two strikes. Three and two the count. RCF first, 3-2 pitch. Here's a ground ball. They'll go second for one. The first, how about a double play? 6-4-3 variety. No runs, one hit, no errors, no one left on. We are halfway home. 12 nothing Central Methodist. Two. Oh, that's. There we go. That's what I need. Oh, yeah, I'm fine. Twelve runs, 10 hits, no errors for Central Methodist, no runs, 2 hits and 2 errors for Peru State. There's Allen West, 1 for 1 with a single and an RBI. First pitch to him. Strike call. No balls and a strike. 12 nothing Central Methodist. Central Methodist in that first inning sent 12 men to the plate. The 0-1 now. Cues it off. Strike 2. That's off the screen. Followed by Tommy Giarola and Joseph Weatherford. No balls and 2 strikes. 0-2. Here's a little cue shot. See who calls for. I think the right fielder is there for out number 1. So 1 out now for Tommy Giarola. 1 for 1 with the single. First pitch to him. It's a little cue shot. I think shortstop calls for it. There's 2 quick outs there. Here's Joseph Weatherford. 1 for 1 with a single and 3 RBIs on today. First pitch to him. That's inside. 1 ball, no strikes. I think. Oh. 1 ball, no strikes to 1-0. That is a ball. 2-0 to count. Looks like Logan Duty is on deck. Two and 0 to count. Just skid inside. 3-0 to count. Three and 0 to count. 3 balls and no strikes. 3-0 pitch. That's a strike all the way. 3-1 to count. Central Methodist is home March the 25th. 4-game series with Baker. 1 o'clock start time. Pregame show 12:45. 3-1 pitch is a ground ball. That's a base hit there. 2 hits already for Jeremy Weatherthur. For Joseph Weatherthur, that is. And there's Joey Fitzgerald Jr., the courtesy runner. Here's Logan Duty, 0 for 1 with an RBI. What was that, 81-62? Oh. Duty up there. That's Joey Fitzgerald Jr., the courtesy runner from Crystal Lake, Illinois. It's a high fly ball to left field. Left fielder has some room and makes the catch. So no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and they leave 1. We are through 4. Central Methodist 12, Peru State nothing. All right. Twelve runs, 11 hits, no errors for Central Methodist, no runs, 2 hits and 2 errors for Peru State. As Efrain Torres up there, he struck out his first time up. First pitch to him. That's a strike on the inside corner. No balls and 1 strike. 12-0. 12 runs, 11 hits, no errors for Central Methodist. No runs, 2 hits, and 2 errors for Peru State. Fouls a strike 2. What Norris here from the catbird seat of Estes Field. Okay. Oh, yeah. 0-2 the count. 0-2 pitch. Fouls it to the screen. There is activity in Central Methodist bullpen. Looks like Alexander Billow warms up from Winter Haven, Florida. 0-2 pitch. It's a ground ball to Robbie Merced. Goes over to Jeremy Conforte for out number 1. Beautiful stretch there for the first out. It's Angel Andreas. Struck out his first time. It's a foul ball. Strike 1. On 1 to count. Oh, that's a beauty. Strike 2. 0-2 pitch. Fouls it off. Still 0-2. 0-2 to count. Here's the 0-2. There's a fly ball to right. I think Allen West has some room. And that is a home run there. Just barely over the wall there. And it's now 12-1 now. Rainey Jimenez. He grounded out to Joseph Weatherford his first time out. Strike 1. Central Methodist got 8 in the first, 3 in the second, 1 in the third. Here's the 0-1 now. That's a bit high, 1-1. Only the third hit of the game for Peru State. Even though the scoreboard says 2, but it's 3. Strike 2. 1-2 the count. 1-2 pitch. Chops it, fouls. Still 1-2. 1-2 the count to Randy Jimenez. The 1-2 pitch. Ground ball. That'll be a base hit all the way. Fourth hit of the game now for Peru State.
Was that a base?
Yeah, that was a base hit, yeah. There's Ivan Medina. He struck out his first time up. Jimenez at first. First pitch. That's a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. If you look to the bottom of the 5th, you got the top of the order coming up. Nichols, Merced, Conforte. Here's the pitch. Fouls it off. Strike 1. One and 1 to count, but 1-1. That's outside. 2-1. 2 balls and a strike. 2-1. That's a beautiful pitch. 2-2 now. Good job of framing it by Logan Duty. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 pitch. That's outside. 3-2 now. 3-2 to count on Ivan Medina. 3-2 to count. 3-2 pitch. Strike 3 call, so 2 outs now. Here's Jacob Aberg, 1 for 2 with a single. First pitch. Cue shot. That is a base hit there. Nice job by Allen West, keeping the runner to going to second. And it's first and third now. Jose Vasquez up there, and it looks like that's Jordan Schwellenbach. Wants a little conference action there. So far, 5 hits already for Peru State. They lead 12-1 now. Of course, the other highlighter, part of the 8-run first inning, it'll be there's 3 balks in that inning there. 3 balks. So 12-1 now. Escobar on the mound. At third base is Jimenez. At first base is Aberg. First and third, and the pitch to him. Nice stop. 1 ball, no strikes. Top of the 5th inning, 12-1 Central Methodist. 1-0 the count. Here's the 1-0. Fouls it off. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Will Reynolds is on deck. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the 1-1. It's a fly ball to center field. Bobby Nichols is there. I think he has the room to make the catch. So 1 run on 3 hits. No errors, and they leave 2. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Central Methodist 12. Peru State 1 on CMUEagles.com. 12 runs, 11 hits, no errors for Central Methodist. A run, 5 hits, and 2 errors for Peru State. Here's Bobby Nichols, 1 for 2 with a single and 2 RBIs. First pitch to him. Oh, inside. 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 the count. The 1-0. Here's a cue shot. That's a base hit there. He is now 2 for 3 on the day. Here's Robbie Merced, 3 for 3, 3 singles, 3 RBIs. First pitch to him. That's outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Bottom of the 5th inning. Central Methodist 12. Peru State 1. The 1-0 pitch. Fouls it off. 1-1 the count. One ball, one strike. Lines it. That is a base hit there. Nichols is thinking third. Here comes Merced, and he'll go back to first base. 4 for 4 on the night. 4 singles. Here's Jeremy Conforte, 0 for 2 with an RBI. First and third, nobody out. That's a strike. No balls and 1 strike. 13 hits already for Central Methodist. Could be on their way to win number 11, but most important stat, 1-0 in the conference. Oh, 1 pitch. That's outside, 1-1. 1-1 to count. The 1-1. It's a ground ball base hit there. Nichols will score to make it 13-1 now. And it's now first and second there. Here's Tanner Sears, 1 for 3 with a single RBI. First and second. That's a ball, 1-0 to count. Terry Tolliver Jr. on deck. Came on for Khalil Thresher. Merced at second. Conforti at first. D1-0. That's a foul ball, 1-1 to count. 14 hits already. The 1-1. It's a fly ball to center field. Center fielder has it. Makes the catch. Merced is tagging up head for third, so 1 out there. Here's Terry Tolliver Jr. He struck out his first time up. First pitch. Swings and misses. Strike 1. No balls and 1 strike. Alexander Billow warms up in the Central Methodist bullpen. The 0-1. There's a pop up there. I think that will go out of play. And it's no balls and 2 strikes. 0-2 the count on Terry Tolliver Jr. Took over in left for Khalil Thrasher. The 0-2. Misses inside, 1-2. One ball, two strikes. One-two pitch. Missed. 2-2. Two balls, two strikes, 2-2 pitch. That gets away from there. Actually, he's been hit by a pitch. So first, and now the base is loaded full of Eagles for Allen West. Here's Allen West. 1 for 2 with a single and an RBI. Ace is loaded. 13-1 now. First pitch. It's a ground ball. They'll go to second for 1. To first, I believe. No, that's a fielder's choice. So Tolliver Jr.'s out on the force play. And it's now 14-1. Coming in the score is Robbie Merced. Here's Tommy Giarola. 1 for 2 with a single. Looks like Gannon Ruckman is here, going to be the courtesy runner. Of course, his mom and dad are here today. From Freeport, Illinois, around the Rockford, Illinois area. First and third, 2 outs. First pitch. There's the curveball, strike 1. 0-1 to count. Ruckman at first. Conforti at third. 0-1 now. Hits a fly ball, that's foul. Strike 2. 0-2 the count on Tommy Giarola. Joseph Weatherford is on deck. 0-2 pitch. Little cue shot, that is foul ball. Still 0-2 now. Looks like Joey Fitzgerald Jr. is on deck. First and third, 2 outs. Fly ball to right field. I think the right fielder will make the catch for the third out. So 3 runs. They're on just 3 hits. No errors, and they lead 2. We head to the top of the 6th. 14-1 Central Methodist. Top of the 6th. Here's Alex Bill, a new pitcher on the mound. 0-0, 5.40 ERA, 5 walks, 3 strikeouts. 5 good innings there from Sebastian Escobar. Really kept the hitters in check, and good fastball, curveball, kept them. As now we head to the 6th inning there. That's Alexander Bill from Winter Haven, Florida. One-time spring training home of the Cleveland Guardians. I think also the Boston Red Sox for a number of years used to have their spring training home there as well. It looks like a new catcher there. That's Dominic Van Dorn. 14 runs, 14 hits, no errors for Central Methodist. 1 run, 5 hits, and 2 errors. Also, of course, this past Friday was my birthday. I just want to thank everybody. Took time to wish me a happy birthday as well. It was a lot of fun. Of course, the celebration began on Wednesday with the women's basketball team. Now head to the Sweet 16 of the NAI Women's Basketball Tournament. Strike 1 to count. There on Will Reynolds. 0 for 2 on the day. The 0-1. That's a ball. 1-1 to count. Of course, the women's basketball team takes on Texas Wesleyan tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock in Sioux City, Iowa. The 1-1. Here's a cue shot. That will be a base hit. So leadoff single now for Yvonne Garcia. 1 for 2 with a single. 6 hits now for Peru State. First pitch. I think he did go. Runners at second. 0-1 to count. He did go. Oh, and 1 to count there on Yvonne Garcia. 0-1 now. Fly ball. I think Bobby Nichols has some room. Makes the catch, and here's out number 1, and Reynolds heads for third. So with 1 out now. Here's Wes Bradford, 0 for 1 with a walk. First pitch to him. That's a strike. No balls and 1 strike. 0-1 to count. 0-1 pitch. Nice stop there. 1-1 by Dominic Van Dorn. And I bet he'll probably be the second man to bat in the bottom of the 6th inning. 1-1 pitch. 2 balls and a strike. Looks like Joey Fitzgerald will be the scheduled hitter to lead off the 6th. 2 balls and 1 strike. Quentin Norris from Central Methodist. Swings and misses. Strike 2. 2-2 to count. Two-two pitch. Fouls it off to the screen. Still 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2-2 pitch. Fouls it off to the screen again. Two and two to count. 2-2 pitch. It's a ground ball. Nice job by Giarola. The first Not in time. I believe that'll be an infield hit. And it's now 14-2 now. Efren Torres 0 for 2 on the day. So it'll be 7 hits now and 2 runs. First pitch. Swings and misses, strike 1. 0-1 to count there. 14-2 now. With 1 out in the top of the 6th. The 0-1. There's a strike. 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. 0-2 pitch. Swings and misses. Strike 3 called. So 2 outs now. Here's Angel Andreas, 1 for 2 with a single, and 1 for 2 with a homer and an RBI. That came in the 5th inning there for the first run of the game. First pitch. That is a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Two runs, now 7 hits and 2 errors. The 1-0. Nice stop. 2 balls and no strikes. Bradford's at first with 2 outs. 2-0 pitch. That's a beauty. Strike 1. 2-1 to count. 14-2 now. Randy Jimenez on deck. Head coach for Peru State is Wayne Aubrey. Two balls and 1 strike. 2-1 pitch. Strike. 2-2 to count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two and 2 the count. 2-2 pitch. Oh, nice stop. 3-2. 3-2 the count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 3-2 pitch. Fly ball there, I think. And Bobby Nichols makes the catch. So 1 run on 2 hits. No errors and leave 1. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Central Methodist 14. Peru State 2. New pitcher on the mound there, Jesus Cenero. Of course, first game is in. We'll have a 25-minute break. $14 runs, 14 hits, no errors for Central Methodist. 2 runs, 7 hits, and 2 errors for here's Joey Fitzgerald Jr. from Crystal Lake, Illinois. 120 hitter, no homers, 5 RBIs. Came on to play third. First pitch to him. Looks like the ball, 1-0 to count. Looks like Dominic Van Dorn. New. The 1-0 pitch. It's a little chopper foul. 1-1 to count. 1 ball, 1 strike on Joey Fitzgerald Jr. That hit him. Here's Dominic Van Dorn Jr. from Grosse Pointe, Michigan, around the Detroit area. 143 hitter, no homers, 2 RBIs. First pitch to him. Oh, that's outside. 1 ball, no strikes. He was 4th time Central Methodist has been hit by a pitch. 1-0 to count to Dominic Van Dorn. Here's the pitch. Another hit pitch. Second straight hit by pitch. Here's Bobby Nichols. And now the courtesy runner, that's Caden Doan. Nichols, 2 for 3 with 2 singles and 2 RBIs. First and second, nobody out. The bottom of the 6th inning. 14-2 Central Methodist. First pitch to him. Swings and misses, strike 1. And now the runners move up a base. That'll most likely be a pass ball there. 0-1 to count. The 0-1 now. That's a strike. 0-2 on Bobby Nichols. 14-2 Central Methodist. Oh and 2 the count. 0-2 pitch. Hits a ground ball. Checks. His only play is the first, and there's 1 out now. So 1 out now for Robbie Merced. 4 singles and 3 RBIs on today. First pitch to him. Hits a little chopper, foul, strike one. Of course, game two followed about 25 minutes or so after the first game. 0-1 in the count. Here's the 0-1. It's a ground ball to the shortstop. His only play is the first, and there's out number 2. But coming in to score is Joey Fitzgerald Jr. to make it 15-2. How about 4 RBIs on today for Robbie Merced? Here's Jeremy Conforti, 1 for 3 with a single and an RBI. A fun birthday. First pitch is out high, 1-0 to count. to 2. Central Methodist got 8 in the first, 3 in the second, 1 in the third. Fouls out, 2 in the fifth, and 1 more in the sixth. 1-1 to count. "14 hits, 15 runs. I believe that's the season high. The 1-1. There's a foul ball, 1-2 to count. One ball, 2 strikes. One-two pitch. Got him looking. Strike 3, so no runs. 1 run, no hits, no errors, and they leave 1. We head to the 7th inning. Central Methodist 15, Peru State 2 on the Heart America Conference Network at CMUEagles.com. Yes, we are. Fifteen runs, 14 hits, no errors for Central Methodist. 2 runs, 7 hits, and 2 errors. That's Trey Rosenfloss, the new first baseman. There is Lenny Jimenez, 1 for 2 with a single. And the first pitch to him. It's the ground ball just past. Nice job there by Merced, keeping the ball from going out in the outfield. And that's a base hit there. 8 hits now for Peru State. Here's Ivan Medina, 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. First pitch. Strike 1. 0-1 to count. 0 balls and 1 strike. 0-1 now. That's outside, 1-1. One ball, one strike. 1-1 pitch. Hits the ground ball. Merced will go to second for one. The first, that is a fielder's choice. So one out now. There's Jacob Aberg. 2 for 3 with 2 singles on the day. Runner at first in the pitch. There's the curveball, strike one. That was a beautiful pitch. Good job of framing it by Dominic Van Door. 0-1 to count. 0-1 pitch. That's a good pitch there. 0-2 to count. Central Methodist just 2 more outs away for win number 11, but most important, 1-0 in the conference. The 0-2. It's a little cue shot, but the right fielder makes the catch for out number 2. So they're just 1 out away, over 30,000 on hand, and I'm sure several of them are watching on television. As Vasquez up there, Jesus Vasquez. Oakway Vasquez 0 for 3. Just 1 more out to go. First pitch. There's the curveball high, 1-0 to count. Will Reynolds is on deck. The 0-1-0. There's a good pitch there, 1-1 now. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1. Swings and misses, strike 2. 1-2 the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Just a strike away for win number 11. Here's the pitch. Little cue shot, Tolliver Jr. Oh, he missed that one there. And now they throw over to second. Let's see how they're going to score that one. That was a good effort there. I'm thinking that may be a base hit there. I think you're right. No, they're going to give him an error. That's... Yeah, drop the ball. Yeah, I think you're right. Here's Will Reynolds, 1 for 3 with a single. 5, 7. Okay. So now second and third, and just 2 outs now. Vasquez is at second on the error. Medina is at third, and the pitch to him. That's a high pop foul. That is a strike call. No balls in 1 string. Giovanni Garcia on deck. The 0-1. Strike 2. 0-2 the count. Oh, and 2 the count. Just 1 more strike away for win number 11. The 0-2. Fouls that one off. Still 0-2. Of course, the hitting star of the day would be Robbie Merced. What a day for him. 4 singles, 4 RBIs. How about good pitching from Sebastian Escobar? 5 solid innings. That's a ball. 1-2 to count. Alex Bill trying to close it out. It's a non-save situation. 1-2 the count to Will Reynolds. Here's the pitch. It's a chopper to Giarola. He'll underhand throw to Trey Van Flossen for the 3rd out. And there's the ball game. folks. Central Methodist wins at 15-2. So no runs on one hit, one error, and they leave two. Central Methodist, 15 runs, 14 hits, one error. 2 runs, 8 hits, and 2 errors for Peru State. Central Methodist, they are 1-0 in the conference, 11-8 altogether. Peru State is 3-6 and 0-1 in the conference as well. We will have game number 2 for you in about 25 minutes and 25 seconds. This is Quentin Norris Say Solo. See you in a few moments in for game number 2.